Hi, I'm Mary Buffy. Welcome to another episode of Getting Off on the Right Foot and Paw. We have Bravo here, who is 4 months old, and I did not do any obedience training with him. He's had a leash on him once. First of all, I just wanted to point out what I'm using today. It's called the slip lead, and it's basically what it is. It's just slips through, and it's sort of like a choke collar, but it's a little more gentle. And the correct way to put it on is important. If you put it on the wrong way, it won't release and will end up choking the dog. So I generally like to make the letter P and then to put that directly onto the dog's head. That way it comes, when it's on the left side, it's coming up through, and if it were on the incorrect way, it would be going down. So make sure you have this on your dog the right way. There you go, buddy. The higher up you put this on the neck, the more control you're going to have over the dog's head. If it's down low like this, you're going to get a lot more disobedience and sort of bad behavior from the dogs. They don't really care if you're pulling on that lower part of their neck. So I do like to keep it up a little bit higher. That's where most training collars are kept. He's very unsure of himself right now, which is why he's walking in a very squatty sort of position. But he is following me because he trusts me. He's just a little unsure of what I want out of him right now. One thing that I think is really important is that a dog learns to come. It doesn't matter what word you use, but you need to have some sort of recall word, whether it's come here. When a puppy's really little and I'm calling them in from outside, I don't like to say any of the words I'm going to train for them to actually come, because I don't want them to learn they don't have to. So when they're really young, I'll say, come here, come on, whatever. When it comes to training, then I incorporate that word. The word won't mean much to them when you first start teaching it to them. It's going to be the choke collar. Dogs, as I've said before, talk to each other through the neck. It's how they discipline each other. It's how they play with each other. It's how they, in the wild, how animals kill each other. Everything's through the neck, and you have to do the same thing. Harnesses are worthless. I shouldn't say that. They're great for sled pulling dogs, but they will not train your dog to do anything. So I think a harness is one of the worst things. I don't know why people use them, but at any rate, Gunny wears a harness when he's pulling my sled. Quiet. So when it comes to teaching your dog to come back to you, like I said, it's a safety issue. If they're out in the street, will you please stop walking by me? This is going to be harder than I thought because he doesn't want to leave my side. When they're running towards the street, you should be able to call your dog and to say come or here, and it will spin around on a dime and come flying back to you. Like I said, that's for its own safety. Lots of things he shouldn't be getting into. So I'll go out in the yard and just sort of mosey around and let the dog just kind of do its own thing, and at some point I'm going to call the dog and it's going to begin to learn what that word means. Bravo, here! And I'll give him a jerk and drag him right exactly to where I want him. Good boy! Good boy! That's a good boy! A little bit of a compliment is nice to the dog, but if you go on and on, he'll forget what he did was right. The same as when you chew a dog out for doing something naughty. Make it short, make it loud, but the most important thing is to make it short. Praise and corrections should be short. Bravo, here! And I'm just going to bring him right around to where I want him. Good boy! Good boy! But keep him short and sweet so he remembers. You might have to do this 100 times. Bravo, here! Good boy! I give him a split second to decide to come to me. But pretty much after I say come or here, I'm going to be giving him a little pop. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. What I'm doing is I'm saying his name, I'm saying the command. I wait not even a split second, but just enough so I can tell if he's gonna come running or not. If he's not turning around and running, I'm gonna give a little pop and then drag him to where I want him to be. So we'll just do this one more time. I don't want her to think that the word means you have to follow me and stand my heels. Good boy. So sometimes I just let him, mosey around and talk to him a little bit out in the field. There's not a lot of room here. There's none of smells he hasn't smelled before. That's why he's not leaving my side as well. If he were outside, he would be going off and smelling things, and then I would have more of an opportunity. Bravo, here. Good boy. Good boy. That's nice. Good boy. Bravo, here. Now, I didn't give him any correction, and I just kind of did my own little foot dance so that he could see where I wanted him to be. So he's starting to learn that. When it's time to teach your dog to heel on leash, I again employ this, and I bring it up higher. You can say heel, but you don't have to, because you're going to be saying heel about 1,000 times. Pretty much you just want the dog to learn to walk at your left side, and I just give little jerks as long as they aren't exactly, if they're too close, if they're too far, no matter what, I just give little pops until he's going where I want him to go, and I'll do a lot of figure eights. Good boy! Periodically I'll say something to him, but dogs have to think and process this, so if you're talking to him too much, he's not going to learn as quickly as if you're just sort of quiet. Good boy! If I notice that he picked up on something, then I'll give him a bit of praise. Good boy! A little encouragement sometimes. Good boy! Sit. He does know sit. So, that's it for basic obedience with puppies. There's a lot more you can teach them. Hopefully your puppies are learning to sit and stay. That's it.